Oh hey, it's Emily, and today I'm going to be doing my September TBR or to be read. So I have a lot of books that I'm super excited to get to in September, and I'm wanting to be a part of 2 different readathons. So we're going to be fitting what I'm hoping to get to into these prompts. So I'm going to be first participating in a Touch of Whimsy's readathon that's themed after Alice in Wonderland, because it just sounds like a delightful time. I'll leave all the information for both of these readathons below. So I'm just gonna get started with the Touch of Whimsy one. So they themed it after, as I said, Alice in Wonderland. So the first prompt is down the rabbit hole. Read a book set in another world. So for this one, I think I'm gonna do the group book, which is Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Bell, I believe. So I just rented the audiobook from the library, so I'm super excited to get to that. And this one, I believe, follows, it's a middle grade that follows a girl who a train to impossible places, I think, just comes into her house one day or something, and she gets to go on magical adventures, and that's really all I need to know to be super interested in this one. So the next one is Flower Garden, Read an Aesthetically Pleasing Book. And for this one, I'm going to read A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. I have this one on Audible, so I will also be listening to the audiobook of this one. And I honestly don't actually remember what this one is about. I think this one is about several sisters, and they're on an island, I think, and they need to break a curse in order to get off this island, if I'm not mistaken. I don't completely remember, but the cover is absolutely gorgeous, and since I have it on Audible, I want to go ahead and listen to it. So that's the one I'm going to be doing for that prompt. The next prompt is just to make yourself a cozy reading snack. So I'll be sure to do that at some point. Maybe I can make it a separate vlog to talk about the books that I'm reading specifically for this readathon and the activities that I'm doing for this readathon. We'll see. TBD. So the next one is The White Rabbit's House, and that is to pick a book for a cozy night in. And I think for this one I might do Wondersmith. I also just rented that audiobook from the library. And this one follows Nevermore, or is the sequel to Nevermore. I'm very excited about this, and I absolutely adored Nevermore, and it follows Morgan Crow, who was expected to die on her 11th birthday because she's cursed and gets blamed for everything bad that happens in her town, and instead on her 11th birthday she's whisked away to Nevermore to see if she can compete to be part of the Wondrous Society. So this is the second book. I think the third one is coming out in October, so we'll see. But I'm very excited to get to Wondersmith, and I don't know. I just want to curl up and be cozy and read this book, so I think it'll be fun for that prompt. Next one is Queen of Hearts Palace, pick a book you think you'll love. So I think they said you can double up for some of these. So I think I'm also going to do Wondersmith for that one, because I'm pretty dang sure I'm going to abso-freaking-lutely love it. So I think I'm just gonna go for that one for that prompt. Next one is Cheshire Cat, pick a strange and mysterious book. So for that one, I think the last middle grade that I have my eye on for this month is Howl's Moving Castle, and I don't know a ton about this book. It deals with a moving castle, and just kind of sounds fun and mysterious. And so I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know too much going in, but I'm pumped. I'm also going to listen to the audiobook of this one. So basically all of the middle grades so far this month, I have access to the audiobook, and I'm just going to do that because I love listening to middle grades on audio as well. And then the final prompt is Mad Hatter Tea Party, and that's to join them for the live show. So I definitely hope to join for the live show, where they'll be talking about just the stuff that they read, and of course the Train to Impossible Places, which is the group book. So that will cover, I think, most of the middle grades that I want to read. So we'll then turn to Becca's Bookopoly. So I have it pulled up on my computer. I'm just gonna grab a little random knick-knack around to see if I can use that for a piece to move around the board. And then I'll just pull up a random dice roller on my phone. So I'm gonna do this entirely digitally and just not print anything out at the moment, I think. And so I'm gonna do that, and we'll see how this goes. Roll number 1. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something with a dark
cover.
So for the first one I got dark cover, and I think I wasn't necessarily planning on having this one on my TBR, but I'm super excited to get this one. That is The Lost Plot by Genevieve Cogman. This is the 4th book in the Invisible Library series, and I think this one will be super fun. So, and it's definitely the darkest cover that I have. It kind of looks like a dark green, kind of sort of on camera, but it is actually just black with a little bit of gold. So I'm gonna go with this one for a dark cover. I should probably talk about what the series is about. So this series follows Irene, who is a librarian for a mysterious library that's kind of outside of space and time, and they retrieve books from different alternates or different worlds that are in different places at different time. So they retrieve books from these different alternates or different worlds, and just shenanigans ensues, and she gets caught up in kind of a battle between different groups, and it's just fun. So I'm very excited.
Roll number 2. We have a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is a middle grade.
So the next one I got is middle grade, and I can easily just double up on this, so I'm gonna kind of double up on a couple of things, I think, because I just put 4 middle grades. My dogs have some things to say. I'm just gonna double up because I have 4 middle grades on my TBR so far, so literally any one of the ones that I mentioned for the Touch of Whimsy Readathon will count for this. So I can do a pension magic or something and just count that for this one as well.
Roll number 3. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll need to double check once I can actually take a better look at this board, but I'm pretty sure that says last in a sequel.
Next roll is actually stand alone. So it actually was kind of unclear on my computer because I had to kind of zoom in and kind of lost quality in the image. But I double checked, and that was actually standalone, not last in a series. So for standalone, I'm pretty sure that Shielded by Kaylin Flanders, I'm pretty sure this is a standalone. If it's not, I'll figure out something else. But I'm pretty sure this is a standalone, and this is one that I'm pretty excited to get to. This one follows a princess who needs to marry for political purposes, and her caravan, as she's going to meet the person that she's going to marry, and as she's like traveling to him, her caravan gets attacked, and there's secrets about her kingdom and the kingdom that she is going to be marrying to for political purposes. There are things she figures out about just the politics going on there, and she realizes that she is the only one that can save the kingdom. Don't really know much more than that, but I'm pretty excited. I just think it just sounds like fun, so I will do that for standalone.
Roll number 4. Okay, 7 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5-star prediction.
And for my 4th and final roll, I got 5-star prediction, which is perfect because I really wanted to put Hero of Ages on my TBR for this month. This is the last book in the First Year of Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. And I've talked about this one quite a bit on my channel recently because I'm absolutely in love with this series, which is why I think it'll be a 5-star for me, and I'm hoping it will be. But this one, again, follows a couple of Mistborns, and if you're a Mistborn in this world, then you can ingest all of the kinds of metals that exist in this world and use them for power. There are some people who can use one kind of metal for power, but Mistborns can use all the kinds of metal for power. And they want to use these powers to help the rebellion against the Dark Lord, who has been ruling for 1,000 years. And it's super fun. I love this one, and so I think it'll be a 5-star book. So I'm very excited about those. There are a couple of other things that I actually want to get to. One is The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, because I am just dying to read this book. I think it is going to be absolutely perfect for kind of the middle grade vibe and just the cozy, fun vibe I'm going for this month. And as I said, frankly, I'm just dying to read it. So I think it's an adult book, but written for like adults who appreciate kind of middle grade vibes. So I believe it follows a man named Linus, and I think he travels around to different orphanages for kids with magical abilities. And I think there is one particular orphanage that he needs to go to, that, you know, they suspect problems, I think, at this orphanage, and so he's traveling to this orphanage to just make sure everything is alright and make sure everything is going well and that it's being run according to the rules of that society. And it's about his relationship with the kids there and the person who runs the orphanage, and I'm just excited because I've heard it's just the most precious thing ever. And so I'm definitely going to want to pick that up. I also have A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor out at the library, and that's going to be one of my next audiobooks. So I definitely want to mention that one as well. And this follows An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green, which follows April May as she discovers a statue on her way home from work one day in New York City, and kind of makes a video about it, posts it, and becomes famous because there are statues, similar statues, that were just instantaneously appeared in many places around the world. And so she's kind of the first person to post about it, and so she kind of becomes the unofficial ambassador to these entities, and they're trying to figure out what they are and why they're here, and she calls them Carl. So she's the ambassador to the Carls. And this is the second book in that series. I love the first one. I'm excited to get to the second one. So I'm also hoping to participate in a book club that Kim over at Expedition Through Pages is running. I'm very excited. So this is a book club that is really centered around getting experts and people who have gone through certain experiences, kind of reading books from those perspectives about particular topics. So the first topic they're choosing is the environment, which is something I'm super passionate about. So I was very excited when I saw that announcement video and saw that they were reading both of these books right here. This month I'm going to focus on The Future We Choose, and this is written by the woman who really helped champion and kind of helped get the Paris Agreement into being. And so I'm very excited to hear her perspective on everything to do with climate change. So I'm really excited to read that one. So I'll start with that this month, and of course we'll continue on next month. I think they're going to do the live show at the end of October, so I'm just going to read the other one, I think, next month. So those are the books that I will be hoping to get to this September. It's quite a list, so we'll see if all of these can happen. I'm stoked, I'm pumped, I'm very excited for all of these, and so I think it's going to be a fantastic, whimsical, but just amazing reading month. So let me know if you're participating either in Becca's Bookopolathon or the Touch of Whimsy Alice in Wonderland themed read-along or readathon, or if you're participating in Kim's book club. Let me know if you're participating in any of those, or if you have read any of these books, if you're excited for them. Let me know what you think, and also let me know what you're hoping to read in the month of September. Leave all that in the comments below. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter and Instagram link down below as always, and of course more resources and information on how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement. Leave all of that below. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!